So, timestamps exist in case you just want to skip forward, but because there's some time before the Champions meeting starts, might as well go over the Musume I'm using now. That being said, I am going to switch my gold chip in the middle, so probably after day 1, assuming I get to round 2A, it shouldn't be impossible, but it's going to be interesting depending on what I run into. So, as we actually have to set the sort the lists properly. This is what I'm going to be using. That way you don't have to look at it when we go into the CM. I am improving this right now. I don't know why I should be improving my team trials. I just took a whole bunch of... I promised you the other velocity skills that were here. I probably could have grabbed like a late surge or corners if I recall this run correctly, but... shrug, that's all. I don't really have much else to say for myself. So, and then, yeah, for day 1, where I'm going to be running stamina debuffs, but... afterward, yeah, I think I'm gonna switch to Dominator. So without further ado, yeah, not much here. I probably should not have keen-eyed like this, but I think these are firing off properly. I don't remember. It's not like I tried to build a hybrid here. It's just I couldn't get enough debuff skills, so I just used the points. I used the skill points I got elsewhere. So yeah, without further ado, it's what you see is what you get. Of course, I'm using 564 as a Golshi main anyway, so yeah, not really much else to say. I think if it's gonna open soon, then it will, but, yeah, I'm gonna tell you stories of my training, because I'm still training, and in fact, thank goodness for the auto training, because, as you can see, my TP has been its lowest ever since in all the day 1s of my, Champions meeting, I believe, so... shrug. And right now the TP cost, actually let me check, what are the TP costs? How long is it gonna be for? Because it's only gonna be for a limited time that TP costs for runs are going to be, halved basically. So yeah, 19 days from basically this Champions meeting starting, and yeah, not really much else to say at the moment. So literally just waiting for it to open. So I don't think it shows seconds. It's gonna say minutes, 0 minutes, because it's less than a minute remaining, and in we go immediately. This is not gonna be good for us, but you just have to take me at my word. Actually, it shows the seconds here. You just have to take me at my word that I'm doing all my entries pretty much after this one, because as all my Champions meeting videos go, I'm just showing the first entry of the day. So shrug, right? But as we enter immediately. Oh, this is gonna be painful. And the reason it's painful is because I think I'm just gonna go full gamble here. This is what the intent is. Oh my goodness, I have to switch this every time. I keep forgetting that. I was like, why am I not seeing the Musume that I should be seeing? But we have to set the memos and do our best. So Dirt B is not really... I do have... So actually, to show you the other gold chip here, just really quickly... if I can show you it. Oh, it doesn't allow me to show you it, unless I switch over to this one. This was the other one, Dirt A, Medium S, but as you can see, the skills were a bit more suspicious. I probably could use this one, but the power is just so low that I think she does worse. Again, there wasn't really any good way for me to tell, so shrug. Don't really have much else to say on that. To explain, though, as we get into this and just autopilot the rest of this entry, is that the trouble with this composition is that because we have a lot of lates, my gold chip can just get blocked by a debuffer. So, and most of the debuffers are late anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a problem. Now you might be wondering, well, Jordan, if you're registering immediately as the Champions meeting starts, doesn't that mean you're likely to run into strong teams? I don't know, but I just assume. But you never know, right? I don't remember all my Champions meetings, so yeah. But as we get the matchings out of the way and immediately get started, yeah, we'll just see how well we do. Please tell me I actually used the right Musume, because I actually didn't check too hard. I just assumed that the ones I picked were the ones that are great. That's what I get for autopiloting. But either way, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll mention again after the timestamp one more time, is that, yeah, I will be switching basically the gold chip as well, but also I'll be running 2 Dominator instead of 2 Stamina debuffing. So... unlike all the other Champions meeting where I pretty much stuck with the one team, I just decided that trying to make a winning gold chip is more important. So, and as others may suspect and others are already doing, they you know, you're just gonna do this Champions meeting and move on to the next one, which I think is Mile, I believe. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, we're just waiting for things to start. I could edit this video, but I'm just going to keep it stream-like for my own sanity's sake. So, yeah, expect to see Kopanarikis. If you don't have Christmas Ogre, I just expect to see regular Ogre cap. That's perfectly fine. So, yeah. I will tell... Actually, I'll wait till later to tell the tales, but If you don't have enough stamina recovery, it might be a little iffy. So Gourmand swinging Maestro, I think at a minimum. But if you have like less than 800, 900 stamina, which is what you're supposed to have, you run into stamina problems. Just straight up. So into the race we go. All I wanted to look at was the Ricky and Ogre cap. We could have looked at the other ones as well, but yeah, I'm purposely running 2 stamina debuffers for day 1, both around 1, both days. I keep on saying days as if they're the rounds. I am going crazy. So if the game will load, I will tell you tales of the, I guess, room matches that I did. But let's get this race started and get past the timestamp first. Actually, first and foremost, yes, so the problem with this composition that I'm using is 3 late surges. I purposely left competitive spirit so that I was trying to think of the name, but the problem I have here is that what happens when I get blocked by my own debuffers or other late surgers. That is an immediate lose condition. Otherwise, the other side of things is, yeah, I'm going to be training a gold ship for rounds 2 and hopefully the finals if I make it there, unless I just get absolutely dominated by Ricky's and Christmas Ogre caps, but shrug, right? I'm doing my best. But yeah, I did do a few room matches just to test and see. I saw a runaway Suzuka. I saw 3 runaway Suzukas, so I don't know why. At first I thought, oh, that's smart. And then I thought, wait, that's weird, because if everyone near the top end is going to be running Christmas Ogre cap, you're just buffing them as well, unless there's a specific build that I wasn't thinking of. I didn't look at those runaway Suzukas, I just assumed that they existed. They were proper dirt Suzukas as well, but as we hopefully do not proc on your left here, yeah, we need to proc the 2 velocity skills. We're being blocked, by the way, by ourselves, but as we creep forward, if the stamina works out as intended, hey, perfect. If not, we need to look for an on your left right about now. So we should get fully charged. That's how I know that we start things. Otherwise, sadness. On your left, a little late, but I guess we're going to find out what happens. So I can't be left in the dust here. Getting blocked at all ruins my final spurt here with gold ship. So here it is. We got to run it down. So without further ado, hopefully stamina runs out right now. If it doesn't, then we just end up losing this entry. There's not really much else to say about it. So without further ado, that is a stamina down, but yeah, that was too much distance there. Getting blocked at the mid leg there is really, really painful. Having Dirt B also hurts somewhat. So without further ado, into the next entries we go. I will be making it to round 2. The question is if it's A or B. Regardless, though, I'm going to set up 2 2 Dominators. So it's going to be, I think it has to be Simply Rudolph, which is part of the reason why I picked Simply Rudolph as my ticket way at the beginning of Global Server. And I forgot the other one. It's not Grass Wonder. It might actually just be Agnes Tachyon. Yeah, I think so. OG Agnes Tachyon. There's no other Agnes Tachyons. Anyway, here there's a Christmas Ogre cap. You must have... Yeah, you don't have Swinging Maestro. Well, dodge the stamina debuffs and you're perfectly fine. No uphills and downhills for those who don't know. So, yeah, we're just looking. If someone else wins, so be it. I'm not really paying it too much attention. That's part of the reason why my gold ship has more stamina. I could just stuff more speed here. That does make a difference. Even if you run out of stamina, if you're so far forward because you have 1500, 1600 speed, gold ship will lose here as well. But let's find out. I actually only looked at 1 Christmas Ogre cap. But as we get our competitive spirit, as little as it helps, it is still nice because what ends up happening is I get to... I think you must have 1200 post when the race starts to do the fully charged. But fully charged is a small portion of, again, especially against Festive Miracle, which is what I'm expecting to see. But as I said here, the low wits also hurts, but I couldn't compromise the wits for stamina or power, so that's why you're seeing the gold ship that you're seeing here. Now this is nice. This is a nice place to see gold ship. So regardless of the stamina debuffs, funny enough, it's Dominator that I'm more afraid of because we're all already running murmurs / stamina debuffs anyway. So without further ado, as long as we don't get blocked by our own nice nature or the other nice nature in front, fun times ahead. That's all I have to say. There's an Unstoppable, there's also a Keen Eye, but I forgot if that actually even works correctly. But as we creep forward here, this is actually how close we want to be. Now it's going to be whether or not we proc on your left at an opportune time. That's an early Festive Miracle. There's another Festive Miracle. That one's more proper. We need on your left when fully charged happens within a second. Otherwise, sad things happen and we need a 564. Yeah, that's a bit late. Well. For a moment, for a while, I was looking for On the Brink, but I decided that using that SSR card, I only had, it's not even 1 limit broken, but using only one of them, Using that Wits card was not going to be enough for me. The skill would have been nice because it's a lot more acceleration, but yeah, the problem here is that we're still a lot farther. So, did we even use 564? I think we did, right? Well, yeah, there was a stamina out there, and then there's a stamina out there. But as you saw there, because they're so far forward, I can't catch up in time. With Dirt B really, really hurts there, so... Ugh. Otherwise, before day 2, if I happen to get a gold chip, that's a lot more workable. So what I was doing for my for another gold chip for the CM was I wanted to use... With Summer Gold Chip, you get to use other gold skills, that's what I'll say. But it's going to be, I think it's Plan X and Unstoppable. Yeah, Plan X Unstoppable. If really good RNG, then a lot of good stuff. Someone is running Dominator, by the way. Which means we look at the Inari 1. So, yeah, that's more than enough. Is it more than enough? Well, I mean, skills could always just fail to fire, but hey, right? So that's an end closer. End closer Inari 1. I've seen basically a lot of positions for a lot of Musume, aside from maybe a runaway Suzuka, who's probably always going to be front, but you get the point. And the fact that I took all the accelerations that are kind of just all over the place probably isn't good, but again, I didn't have much else to buy for my own gold chip in her training, so shrug. That being said, this was a lucky training, so the fact that I have to train and I'm trying to train gold chip for Dirt already puts more pressure on the RNG involved, and really, as long as you're just looking at the Dirt sparks, that already makes the number of gold chips I can train a lot lower that would be viable for CM, and by that I mean really only 3 or 4, and of those 3 or 4, as you saw at the beginning of the video, was only like really 1 or 2. So shrug. That Inori 1 end closer just pushed up in front, so we need to not get stuck behind her. She seems to be stuck until we are not stuck anymore, but I guess we're gonna find out. You'll notice I also don't have Pump Iron. That was my mistake for whatever reason. Who was it that I took for the other inspiration? I think I ended up using Taiki Shuttle. I should have used Maruzensky instead. And the problem with Pump is that, yeah, I couldn't get a Major Orion setup unless, of course, I made her the medium spark, which is probably what I should have done. So, shrug, right? On your left right now? Nope, dead. I think we immediately lose here because of it. We need to 564 into on your left, right either at the end of this corner or right now. If we do not, we are going to just lose, so shrug. Yeah, and we're trying to catch up to an end closer, so shrug. That's not great. So, without further ado, All-Seeing Eyes procs nowhere because there's no line of sight anyway, so shrug. Yeah, this might be a... I was gonna predict, sorry, 1 win. I forgot to do my predictions, but again, shrug. That's all I have to say at the moment. Funny enough, the A-Dirt S-Medium Gold Chip might have been able to win, but at this point I'm already committed, so it's only going to be maybe day 2 of round 1 that I'll change, but otherwise it's going to be day 2 for certain, because I need to switch everything to Dominator. I don't have my Dominator set up, I forgot to train them, because I was too trigger happy with the auto training inspirations, so I'm shrugging in real life as I say that, not really much else to say. So, as we look here, if I should be able to win this lobby, but aptitudes are a thing. I've been in a few room matches where my aptitudes is just, I promise you the aptitudes hurt you quite a lot. They're not the end all be all if you train your stats well and skills well, but knowing me, I have neither of those, so. That being said, because I'm playing late Surger, it's going to be RNG heavy regardless, but it's my choice. Again, let's step back outside to look at the forest for a moment. I chose to do this of my own will, so it is on me. If I'm really looking to win, I shouldn't be doing what I do. That's not to say you can't Oshi push and win a CM outside of your aptitudes, but for me, it's less great because of my inefficiencies here and there and my own decisions. By the way, I think all the aces are in pace chaser positions and above. So, really looking for on your left here. And just Oguri Cap and El Condorpasa as El Condorpasa, if you proc a finishing speed skill, can be quite great. That's all I'll say about that. I've seen 1 room match, but those are room matches, and they don't represent a vacuum of races. That being said, we seem a little stuck behind Digitan and our own Musume, so here's hoping that we somehow break out, because we are really, really stuck. We are really stuck. So, without further ado, this is nice, but we're just going to be going into the back of someone else, which is not great unless we sneak on the inside. Nope, we're stuck. We're super stuck. That Agnes Digital's in the way! Oh my goodness, man. If Maya takes it here, that would be interesting. She is a late going against fronts here, so the only one who could possibly catch up might be Ogity Cap. And we just debuffed everyone's stamina anyway, so shrug, right? Alright, well, Anchor. And so this is the way, I mean, we see our gold ship take that though. But no, Agnes Digital was in second, so... this is the reason why, again, I tried to run debuffer, but I did try to focus her stats to at least try and do something, so... I shrug as I say that. There's not really much else to say. You might as well work into it if you have the luxury to do so. I kind of did, but it wasn't everything, is what I'm trying to say. So, shrug. But yes, otherwise, yeah, building their stats at least to some comparable level still will help out. I see a double dominator there, so let's look at that person's stamina, or look at basically the two aces' stamina, and see if it's enough. It should be Gourmand and Swinging Maestro. If you don't have those, and or U equals MA 2 squared, I've seen so many misfires. I've seen so many misfires. That's all I need to say. That makes, is that a late? No, that's a late. No wonder. Wait, you're running Gourmand on a late Ogity Cap? Huh. Okay, well, that's going to be interesting to see. Otherwise, it's the other Ogity Cap that I was needed to look at. Corner recovery. Yeah, and you could just... Actually, can you be unlucky and not get it? Well, either way. Might be trying the same on skill points. Again, I did train a Christmas Ogity Cap just to see what it felt like. I did not try to train an ace, though. I just wanted to see how good I could make one. But that being said, if I did that, if I did train an ace Christmas Ogity Cap, then I would need to not go the debuffer route, and that's what I was kind of hoping on for days 1 and 2 of round 1. But you never know, right? We're in 4th right now for whatever reason, but we do need to catch up. This distance is a bit much. Although there are Festive Miracle, so Festive Miracle is Festive Miracle. We need to proc at least on your left at an opportune time to match pace. Otherwise, yeah, pace Pasa, pace Ricky, pace Ogity Cap, and then a late Ogity Cap that's using Gourmand. So, a lobby's a lobby, right? That's all I have to say. We are a late surger who is behind the other late surgers, which is not good to see, but shrug, we do our best. Also, 564 does try to outweigh Dominator. Dominator is still going to hit you no matter what, but if you're running Dominators yourself, 564 is nice when it procs a gold velocity skill. That way I can fight against it, is what I'm trying to say. So, as we see you later, don't proc 564. Oh, I guess I can talk about that, yeah. 564 on gold chip procking at an inopportune time could just use on your left. That's a lose condition. Not procking on your left at a opportune moment is also a lose condition, like not right now. If you don't proc it now, it's not going to be great, unless the other Ogity Caps run out of stamina somehow. Red shift, but it's not enough, so we need to 564 into on your left and a velocity skill. And not into Wedding Maya, but that's another thing to think about. So if this has to be on your left plus a gold spill, if I have one remaining, it is not. I want to When You Do has acceleration, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. So let's find out. Victoria put poor Placha during 564's velocity sprint. So, yeah. Hey, one win, as I said. It really needed to be on your left there during 564 proc would have worked out, but unfortunate. So, yeah, that's going to be that for the day. Now, will I get to Group A? Well, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say for the moment. If you have anything you want to say, you know what to do. I did not train as hard as I could have, basically, and I mean that even at a casual level, I did not train as much as I should have. I am me in real life. So yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. If you have anything to say yourself, you know what to do. Otherwise, I'm not going to take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!